Quick! Go! Ka! Quick! Quick! Ka!
You look just like that gadget that Talanka was talking about. Go and see the voivode. The voivode's right. So confused. Soon after.
God be with you.
God be with you. What would you like?
I've heard incredible things about you. They say you let a fully loaded hay wagon roll over you.
Hi! It was quite the show.
Is that how you usually spend your free time?
Oh, often enough. People like it. But don't think it's some trick. It's the real thing. And it's not easy. It's not just about muscles, but about your overall approach to food and life in general. Being a strongman isn't a trade. It's a way of life.
I believe you. Getting run over by a wagon isn't for everyone.
That's right. Not everyone can do it. But I was nursed by a wild she-bear, so it's no problem for me. Nothing's impossible. Remember that. Nothing's impossible.
What's up? Is everything all right?
Same as usual. Can't complain.
You were raised by a wild bear, you said?
You think I'm lying? Or you're just amazed?
Well, it's just you're the first person I ever met who had that kind of upbringing.
The first? The only one, more like, fella. It was a cruel winter when they found me in that bear's den as a baby.
So you're an orphan?
If we rule out a human baby being born to a bear, then I reckon that's a good bet.
Right. That was stupid.
What?
No, I meant I was being stupid. About the bear thing, of course.
Well, there you go. Nothing's impossible for a man like me. Like I say, nothing's impossible.
What did you do before you took to the road?
How did I become a nomad? It's in my blood. This is my life.
So you've known the Voivode for some time?
Uh-huh. The Voivode is a good fella. I met him this winter and helped him with his horse.
I didn't realize you know about horses.
What? The only thing I know about horses is that they go around on 4 legs. The Voivode's horse died from the cold, so I dragged it to the camp on a handcart, and we turned it into some first-class goulash. At least that old nag was good for something.
I just want to be sure nobody finds out. You never know.
I'd be interested to know what you live on.
I had lentils for lunch and bread pudding for dinner. What's it to you?
What do you do, I mean?
Right now, I'm talking to you. Then I'll go and have a bite to eat because I'm starving and need to keep my strength up. It's not so easy. The strongman trade can't be taken lightly.
Don't they say a hungry artist makes for a good artist?
A hungry artist is a bad artist because no one ever earned a crust by going hungry.
What can you do, Tomcat?
Me? Everything. Nothing's impossible.
Come on. Don't tell me you can really do everything.
If I put my mind to it, try me.
What about swimming?
I've been training to swim in cold water for years. No one can beat me when it comes to swimming under ice.
I'd like to believe that. And seeing it's summer now, I have no other choice. What about climbing?
I can climb any cliff without a rope, just using my bare hands, and then do a backflip off it into a pond.
Jesus, you're a madman.
Not at all. I'd be a madman if I trusted my life to something as crazy as a horse.
Wait, so you're afraid of horses?
Hey, nothing's impossible. But I hate horses with all my guts. I never take risks, and that's why I'll never get on a horse. Not even for a golden goose.
You don't take risks? And what about your strongman antics?
No risk involved. That's years of hard work and training, fella. If I didn't believe in myself and what I do, I'd be long dead.
My name is Henry, and I've heard in the village that you're a renowned strongman, juggler, and moreover, skilled with a weapon. Is that true?
Depends. Why do you ask?
I'm looking for someone to help me.
What's it about?
Well, it's complicated. But the short version is, a few days ago I barely avoided the gravedigger's shovel. I thought I was done for. That's how badly beaten I was. And now, well, I'm feeling a bit unsure in combat. I'll need to regain my confidence, if you know what I mean.
Aye, that I can do. If what you say is true, I could really help you out, friend. I've been missing a good fight around here.
What would you like in return?
Oh, please. I'll do it out of sheer kindness. I don't have anything to do right now anyway. You can pay me next time.
We can start right away.
Come with me. There's an arena where we can fight at the end of the camp.
I apologize.
Excuse me.
You look just like that guy Gerda was talking about. Go and see the voivod.
A bit longer without food, and I'll really start to be grumpy. Shall we begin?
Here's a practice longsword, so we don't hurt each other. Let's see what you've got. We'll start with exchanges, and if you do well, we'll try something harder. If you're going to attack, commit to it. Don't stop after a single strike. Dish out several. Now I'm going to show you a simple technique that builds on that. You'll attack from the right, then left, then right again. Attacks follow one after the other. And you don't even have to break through your opponent's cover.
So right, left, and then right again.
Exactly. You could also do it the other way around. I'll let you have exactly 3 strikes, so you're not wasting effort just flailing around. Nice! Now do it again! Beautiful! Aye, you've got the hang of it. Let's try something more difficult. I'll teach you a real technique. You start with a slash from above, then from the right, and when your opponent expects another attack from above, you do a quick sidestep and drag your blade horizontally across his belly.
So I'll start from the top, then from the right, and then...
From the left. Remember, top, right, and finally, left.
All right, let's give it a try.
I'll let you make 3 strikes just like before. No more. See? That's the way. Again. Beautiful. That's that, then. You don't even have to use a longsword for this technique. It'll work with any other weapon.
That'll come in handy.
And one more piece of advice. Any attack can start with this or that technique. Look, if I attack from the right, your riposte will come from above. And that's the first step of this technique. Think about it.
What about other techniques?
I'll teach you even more if you want. But it won't be as cheap. And you'll also have to know a thing or two first. If you prove yourself to me, I'll teach you the best technique of all. Meisterhau. Also known as the Master Strike.
How about someone else?
I'm sure I'm not the only swordsman around who could teach you something.
How could I prove myself to you so that you'll teach me the Master Strike?
You'll have to defeat me in a sword fight, because this technique only works for swords.
So all I have to do is challenge you?
That's right.
I'll challenge you to a duel then.
Ha! I've barely taught you anything and you're already getting cocky. But very well. At least I'll demonstrate the difference between us.
I need something to eat.
Show your stuff! Surprise? Sorry, lad, but it's too soon for me to teach you the Master Strike.
Let me try it again.
Nonsense. If you can't defeat me fresh, you won't defeat me all bloodied up.
I understand.
Come back when you're feeling better.
Careful.
There's something lying over there. I hope it's not Mutt. Dead. And robbed of everything, just like Capon left him. And there's no trace of Mutt. Oh, a nice bit of venison. And something took a good bite of it. Could Mutt have been here? Mutt's nowhere around. Someone must have taken him in. It's not far to the herb woman's place. Maybe I should ask her whether she's seen him. Quick! Whoa!
Will you help an old woman, young man?
Has something happened?
My daughter, Pavlena. Remember her? She was here when I was healing you two.
I remember. What's wrong with her?
She's missing. It's not like her to be wandering around like that. She goes to Troskovitz to sell baskets, but she knows I can't manage on my own, so she never stays away for long. These old eyes of mine can't see nothing much. Pavlena has to take care of me. She's a good girl, that lass of mine. I'm very worried about her. You understand? What if something's happened to her? God forbid. I can't look for her myself, but you could. I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I've no one else to turn to.
Do you think anyone might want to hurt Pavlena?
These are evil times, Henry. I dread to think what could happen to a young girl alone on the road. And besides, the folk in Troskovitz ain't too fond of us.
What have the Troskovitz people got against you? Did something happen?
I'd rather not talk about it, Henry. I wouldn't want you to get the wrong impression about us.
You live completely alone in the middle of the woods. Don't you think I've already got a bad enough impression of you?
And where else would we live, you genius, when we're not wanted? Don't go digging up old wrongs, Henry. And don't insult us.
Pavlena is young and, well, no offence, but you seem a little old to be her mother. Is she really your daughter?
She is. Not by birth, but that doesn't change anything. Her mother died in childbirth, and there was no one but me to take care of her.
And who was Pavlena's birth mother?
A girl from the charcoal burners. They left the county, and I think she had no one else. I buried her myself. No one came for her.
And do you know anything about Pavlena's father?
I don't know who he was. Pavlena's mother was very young, and the fella surely abandoned her when her belly grew. She never told me nothing about him.
Well, as a midwife, I'm sure you've seen it often that, that the mother doesn't survive childbirth.
All too often, lad. But that's the lot of women. Or is it any different where you're from?
No, it's not. True enough.
See then? Now, can we just keep our minds on Pavlena?
Did it occur to you she might have run off? She's a young girl. And pretty. What kind of life does she have here in the woods? Maybe she wanted to live a little.
You don't know Pavlena. She's not like that. If she wanted to live a little, she'd tell me straight out. She doesn't keep things from me. Don't imagine I keep her here against her will, or that I don't know what it means to be young.
All right, good wife. I'll try to find Pavlena for you.
Thank you, Henry. If I was you, I'd ask in Troskovitz. That's where she was heading last time I saw her. And if she arrived, someone must have seen her. And you can look in the hut in her place in the loft. She keeps her things there. My old legs ain't up to climbing stairs, but you might find some clues there.
Have you seen a stray dog around? I thought he was dead, but he's likely still alive.
I'm sorry. I haven't seen any dogs around.
Oh, Sakra. Do you have any idea where else he might have gone?
If I were a dog, I'd go to where there's food. There are plenty of fishermen around the pond, and they're always throwing out leftovers at the tavern.
Do you think he'd go and steal leftover food?
I don't know much about dogs. He could have run into the woods and started hunting. He wouldn't be the first or the last. There's a whole pack of wolves near Samin these days. Maybe your dog's gone feral and is running around with them.
Thanks.
It was good to see you, my friend.
So, Pavlena, what have you left for me? Like she got up and went straight out. She's got unfinished work here. Hey, this is a boy's cap. Does Pavlena wear it? Or did someone leave it here? Clothes. If she planned to run away, she'd have taken them with her.
God grant you health.
About what I'd expect from you once again.
What do you need? Hurry up. I don't have all day.
Lend your ears to my sad song. That's it. Bullshit. Since when does the night have
My dog got lost not far from here. Did you see him by any chance?
I haven't seen any dogs round here for a while. But I hear there's wolves in the forest causing problems. Just the other day, a shepherd boy from Kopanina complained that his sheep were being eaten by the flea-ridden beasts.
Where can I find this shepherd?
Siegfried? He has a hut at Kopanina. It's just below the castle, on the back slope of the hill.
And you haven't heard anything else about wild dogs?
Here, in the tavern? No. But there was a fella here who gets by doing a bit of poaching. He said once he was hunting when, right in front of him, a large pack attacked a deer. A mix of wolves and dogs, he said. That's not something you see every day.
Do you know where that was?
How would I know where he goes hunting? But I'd say it was in the forest.
Excuse me, I'm looking for a friend of mine. He's not from round here, but...
Let me guess. A dirty ruffian who ain't got a groschen to his name but acts like he owns the bloody place.
He was here then?
Aye, he was. He was larging it up good and proper, and then he found some lads who paid his bill, unfortunately.
What do you mean by that? Why unfortunately?
Because they're right ruffians who are always up to no good. But still, birds of a feather, eh? In the end, they left like best pals. I've got no idea where they went.
What's going on around here, Innkeeper?
Vostatek, Lord von Berghoff's huntsman, is a regular here. He might have some work for you. He's got a cottage near Vidlark Pond. So if you know your way round the woods, you could go and offer him your help. But I hope he hasn't started drinking somewhere else. He's my best customer. One more thing. You're not going to believe this, but 2 local lads claim they found a water goblin's treasure.
You'd be better off composing poetry about nature. As you wish. 'Tis wise to imitate nature's habits. From dusk till dawn, go at it like...
You have a water goblin here.
It would be a wonder if we didn't. With all the ponds around, he's got a hut nearby. If you follow the right bank of the Rock Tower Pond, you'll find it hidden in the reeds.
Royal the Kuttenberg treasury. In that
Where did you say the water goblin's hut was?
If you follow the right bank of the Rock Tower Pond, you'll find it hidden in the reeds.
Stop that! You're interrupting my train of thought.
Would you happen to know where I could find these lads?
They often swim at the other side of the Rock Tower Pond. There's a pier there by the dam. That's their spot.
And what did they find there? Are you sure they didn't make it up?
I thought so too at first. They're foolish lads, so I wouldn't be surprised. But then they ordered wine and paid with silver. Their purse was jingling with groschen.
Any other news?
Recently, a bunch of charcoal burners who have their kilns on the hill above the Kerchak Pond came here to have a beer. I started talking to them and they told me they almost didn't make it.
Why?
They said a pack of wolves came after them.
Aren't wolves afraid of people?
That's what I thought too. It's strange.
Did they tell you how large the pack was?
They mentioned 3 wolves, but God knows if that's all of them.
Did they tell you where it happened?
In a gorge above the Rock Tower Pond. They noticed the wolves watching them from the rocks. If you climb up those rocks, you'll be able to see the whole pond from there.
Do you have any more news?
By the way, we've put together this wee fight club here. Would you like to try it?
That sounds good. What's it about?
It actually came about by chance when the Miller Crazel and me bet on who has the stronger hired hands. Then other blokes from the village joined in, and it's become somewhat of a tradition. By the way, old Olbram from Zheleov keeps complaining about the Takovites. If you go and see him, I'm sure he'll tell you more about it. But, well, he takes a bit of getting used to, though.
Oh? What do you mean?
You'll see. I mean, here, and that's pretty much everything.
Thanks, Innkeeper. That sounds interesting.
The meter is way off, but as my Italian friend says, sbagliando. See? If it's perfect.
Can I get something to eat and a place to sleep?
We'll see about that. And for how long?
Just for tonight.
All right, then. Pay in advance, and no whoring. We're a respectable inn.
Nobody. Barbarian? Yes, and proud of it. Drink to that. Hey, where's that beer?
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
Greetings. Go!
want that.
Quick!
Someone gave it to me for free.
Quick! Go! Quick! Whoa! Whoa!
Jesus Christ be praised.
Since you're always walking around the ponds here, did you notice a stray dog wandering about?
What? A dog? Do you think he came here to poach fish? Now, sheep? Well, that would be another story.
And why did you specifically mention sheep?
A while back, I heard Siegfried the shepherd complaining about them. Or about the gamekeeper. Or both. Why didn't you go and ask him yourself?
Where will I find that shepherd?
Siegfried, he lives with his sheep not far from here. On the other side of the water, up on the hill, towards the castle.
Thanks. I'll try and ask him. Otherwise, you haven't heard any talk of stray dogs around here, have you?
No, if it doesn't have fins and scales, I'm not interested in it. Though one night I was way down on the southern end of Rock Tower Pond, the big one, I've a spot there where I catch catfish. Well, I'm fishing, and all of a sudden I hear howling. Not just any old howling, mind you. There must have been at least 50 of them howling in the woods. The noise like an avalanche. I ran straight home and haven't been back there since.
Such a large pack.
Farewell, my friend.
Ka! Ka! Go! Ka! Quick! Ka!
Greetings.
I hear you have some problems with wolves.
You can say that again. Those fucking mangy beasts are eating my sheep. They take them like they were for sale at the market.
Did you notice an ordinary mutt amongst those wolves?
You know, there might have been. I didn't get a close look at them, but one seemed to be smaller and was a strange colour.
That could have been Mutt.
If I understand you, you're looking for your dog and think he might be with those wolves, right?
That's right. I'll have to find that pack to see if it's him.
I'll say, since you're already going after that pack, would you mind doing a good deed? If you kill those furry fuckers, there'll be a reward in it for you.
Why not? I can kill two birds with the one stone.
That's great. It'll be well worth your while.
I hope so. Where can I find that wolf pack?
I was grazing my sheep up on the slope last time, by the forked birch, and those monsters learned to go there. I don't take my sheep there anymore, but those fuckers still go sniffing around over there.
So we'll bring your flock up there again and wait and see if they come.
Are you fucking mad? I don't want to lose any more sheep. I think you just need some bait.
Not even one single sheep. I promise I'll look after it.
Well, I could lend you Ignatius. He's the stupidest ram I've ever seen. Or the brightest. Depends on how you look at it.
What do you mean? Can he do somersaults? Does he know how to count?
That'll be all I need. The only thing that little devil knows how to do is piss me off. When I want him to move, he sits still. When I want him to sit still, he fucks off to where I can't find him.
I know people like that.
Right. But you can tell a person to fuck off. But when it's a sheep, you're wasting your breath. And on top of that, you have to take good care of him.
So I'll take Ignatius and use him as bait?
Right. But he's so stupid he's smart. I'm certain he'll come back to me.
All right. I'll take Ignatius and go and have a look around that forked birch. Will he come with me, or will I have to lead him up somehow?
That bugger will follow you himself. Just wave a carrot in front of his face. He's mad for carrots. I can't even count the times he's rammed his way into my house to get some. I happen to have one here. If you take it with you, he'll follow you around like a loyal dog. When you get to the pasture, Just throw the carrot and then go and hide. Ignatius will stay there.
Where can I hide there?
There's a thicket across the road. But don't worry. If the wolves go after the sheep, they won't notice you. But you'll hear them from far away as they get closer. I don't know anything more horrifying than the sound of their damned howling. God be with you.
How are you, Ignatius? Sorry. I thought now that we're partners, you'd be a bit more talkative. Why do they call you Ignatius? All right. Keep it to yourself. Don't you think we've been chatting long enough? I'm glad. Let's go and get this over with.
I'm sorry.
You want to go back home? You must be afraid. My, you aren't afraid of anything. I respect that. Forked birch. I think I've found the spot. Well, Ignatius, I'll put your snack right here. Now, come and eat it up. Once you see a wolf, just out loud, and then run away. All right? I'll be hiding in the bushes, and we'll jump out to save you in time. Ja!
Whoa! Greetings. You look awful, lad.
I'm back because of those wolves of yours.
Ah, I'm glad to see you alive and healthy. How did it go?
You don't need to worry about them anymore.
You don't say. What a relief it is to hear that. Here's something for your help, just like I promised.
I didn't find my dog among them.
Did you try to ask our gamekeeper? He might be a drunk, but he'd probably notice a stray dog in the woods. He doesn't live far away. Down the hill here along the road. Right on the rock above the pond.
I wanted to tell you something about Ignatius.
Did something happen to him?
How should I put this? The wolves were faster.
Poor creature. I thought I'd be glad to get rid of him, but... Actually, I feel sorry for him. Did he suffer much?
It was quick. The wolf jumped, and it was all over.
At least it was fast. Take care.
Quick! Quick! Ja!
something happened to him.
What the hell is this? What are you barging in here for?
What happened? You look worried.
My husband Vostatek left to go hunting and hasn't come back. I'm worried that something happened to him. He's von Burgo's lead huntsman, and the forest is full of poachers these days.
Maybe he just got caught up somewhere.
Not a chance. We're invited to young Lord Semin's wedding. He wouldn't dare miss that by wandering around the woods for so long. What would Lord Semin think if we didn't show up? It would be a disgrace. He sometimes loses track of time out in the woods, but I've got a really bad feeling about it this time. One time, Vostatek didn't come home for 4 days after his horse broke its leg in the woods. I had a feeling right away that something bad had happened. And I have that same feeling now. Do you reckon you could help me?
Does that happen often? That he gets lost in the woods?
He disappears for a while from time to time when he gets orders from Lord von Burgo. And besides that, well...
What is it? You can tell me.
He drinks a bit sometimes. Then everything takes him longer. His job isn't easy, so I understand when he does, and I don't get upset with him.
I understand. But maybe you're right, and it really is something else this time.
Exactly.
Do you know where he might be? Where's his hunting ground?
In all the forests here around Vidlak Pond. He didn't tell me exactly where he was going, but maybe Vitek knows.
Vitek?
Our son.
So your husband got lost when he was out hunting, and you want me to go and find him?
I'd go myself, but Vostatek doesn't want me going to the woods on my own. He says it's dangerous. But you look like a fearless lad, and I'll be sure to reward you for your efforts.
Why did Vostatek forbid you from going to the forest? Is it really that dangerous?
There are wolves, boars, and worse out there.
What could you meet in the forest that's worse than an angry boar?
Well, people, of course. All sorts of cutthroats and thieves hide out in those woods. So watch your back.
I'll keep that in mind. All right. I'll bring Vostatek back to you.
Thank you. I wouldn't send you if I didn't think it was necessary, but I have a really bad feeling about this. Before you leave, please make sure to talk to Vitek. Maybe he'd know where his father was headed.
Why doesn't Vitek go looking for Vostatek then?
I told him, but the lad is young and stubborn. He just doesn't listen to me. And besides, him and Vostatek don't get along very well.
All right. I'll let you know as soon as I find something.
Be careful out there.
God be with you. And what? Piss off! What are you waiting for? Clear off! What? What are you barging in here for?
Praise God. Take care then, and thanks for nothing. What will it be?
I'm looking for your father. Did he mention where he was headed?
Ma talked you into it, didn't she? I'd be willing to bet he just got wasted as usual. He's nothing but a drunkard. It's no secret.
Do you even realize what's at stake here? The woods are a dangerous place. Do you really want something to happen to him? Your mother would be a widow. and you'd be an orphan. Who'd take care of you then? As soon as Lord von Burgov found a new huntsman, he'd have him move into your cottage, and you'd have to leave. Or do you have a sack full of groschen stashed away somewhere? So you could go and buy a new house in Prague?
Kurva, all right, shut up already. I'm not stupid. Father may be a drunken bastard, and living with him is a chore. But Mother still loves him. I'll help you, but only for her sake.
Where did he go? Tell me.
The last thing he said was he found a dead deer near the pond, and he wanted to go and see if there were any wolves about. So I'd go down below the cottage, walk along the shore, and then turn north into the old forest. If he didn't get boozed up and forget, that is, wouldn't be the first time.
Shouldn't you be looking for your father? You can come with me.
Ha! Forget about it. I'm sure it'll end with you dragging his drunken arse home anyway, and I'd rather avoid that.
What's your problem with him? He's your pa. You shouldn't talk about him like that.
All he does is drink and doesn't care about anyone else. Why would I talk about him in any other way? He's like a big drooling infant. Ma and me are always at his beck and call. So I say we should let him deal with it himself.
Be that as it may, I'm going out to look for him.
No need to rush. At least it would give him time to sleep it off and come home on his own.
God! Quick! Go! God! Whoa! Whoa!
Get out of here!
If I don't help him, those wolves will eat him alive.
Hey! Hey, you! Help me! Chase those beasts away! I can't hold on much longer! Get out of here, you stinking mutt! I'm not good! Why did I leave the house? Hey! Is anyone there? Get out of here! Get! Go on! Get out of here! Get! Go on! Why did I even leave the house? Off the door. Good. did I see the house? Get out of here, stinking mutt! I'm not food! Help!
It's all right now. You can come down.
Thank God! I was starting to think I'd turn into a branch! What the hell are you doing? I'll break my legs if you don't make room for me down there. Watch out! I'm coming down! Jesus! Mary, Joseph! And an arse! My foot! Ah! Sacra! Ah.
You all right?
I fucked up my bloody ankle, damn it! Thank God you were passing by. Otherwise they'd have eaten me for sure! I'm Vostatek, huntsman.
Your wife sent me.
My dear Zlata. Thank God for her. What's your name?
Henry.
And thanks to you as well, Henry. You've got to... Oh! That hurts. You've got to carry me. Christ in heaven. Of course this happens to me.
I heard you're a bit of a drinker. I see that's true.
Not as much as I'd like to be. At least then it wouldn't hurt so much.
Where do you want me to carry you? We're a long way from the nearest sawbones.
I've got a hideout, not far from here.
What are you going to do there? Someone should have a look at that foot.
No! First we have to pick up Pepik at the hideout. Then you'll take us... Fuck! Ow! You'll take us both home.
Who's Pepik?
Pepik is my best friend.
Oh, right. Wait, what?
What's so hard to understand? You've got to get me there. I left Pepik tied up in the camp when the wolves came after me.
You tied up your best friend?
Was I supposed to let him wander off into the woods alone?
So, Pepik is your hunting dog?
What? No, you idiot! Pepik is my horse! Now enough chit-chat! We have to get to him!
Where is that hideout of yours? Is it far?
Not far. But not all that close either.
That's just great.
Look, the best thing will be if I give you directions as we go.
I'll help you then.
Throw me over your shoulder, and I'll tell you where to go. I just need a drink first, or I'll pass out from the pain. Do you want some?
I'd rather not. I might end up dropping you along the way.
You're bloody right. At least there'll be more for me. Oh. Ah, my leg. Let's go that way.
Which way?
That way.
For Christ's sake, I can't see where you're pointing.
Turn away from the pond. Go around the bushes and keep going till you reach an old fallen tree. Yeah! The tree trunk's covered in moss. You can't miss it. It's north from here. Ow! Damn it! Man! I told you to be careful! You're carrying me like a... What are you putting me down for? What are you doing? We're not there yet. That's the falling tree. I can't get my bearings when I'm upside down. I know. Keep going in the same direction until you come across an anthill. Then I'll tell you what to
Don't you dare puke on me. No! Don't do it!
Bloody nasty. I nearly painted your back. Here's the anthill. Look at those fellas go. They're as busy as hell. It's making me thirsty looking at them. You know what? Take me to the ale house instead.
What?
I said fuck it. Let's go for a drink. Yeah! Take me to tacos. They've got the best ale. On the truck. Ah, curva. Fuck. I forgot. Henry, wait up. We can't go to the tavern. It was a great idea and all, but what about Pepe? He's surely thirsty too. I can't just leave him high and dry. Take me to the north, along the stream. There's a birch there that's split in two. A real peculiar tree. You'll know it when you see it.
Fine. As long as it's not too far.
That's the way. Not much further now. Carry on into the forest. There'll be a marker on a tree there.
A marker?
Aye. A cross carved into the tree and a pile of stones next to it. The folks that work in the woods here mark all sorts of interesting places instead. Come on. Let's move! Pepe! Pepe! Where's her big-eared boy?
What does he look like?
Handsome, tall. You recognize him right away, but I can't see him anywhere. Pepe! There it is. That's the tree. You see the mark? My hideout is just a bit further to the north. You can put me down there. We're here. Put me down. Where's Pepe? Shit. Let's see if I can stand up. Henry, come here. We've got to find Pepik.
Where's that horse of yours?
I swear I left him here. Kurwa! Oof. I need a drink. And to catch my breath, here, take my water skin. Fill it up in that barrel over there. I'll just lie down here in the meantime. Henry, water!
Water. Here you go.
Thanks, mate. This will clear my head. I know you've done a lot for me already, but there's something else I need. You've got to find Pepik. Whether he ran off or someone stole him, he's in trouble.
What does Pepik look like?
He's very dark, nearly black. He may not be as muscular as a regular worker, but he's quick.
Who could have taken him? We're in the middle of the woods. There's nobody around.
You're wrong. There's been a band of poachers wreaking havoc around these parts for a while now. I haven't managed to find their camp yet, but it can't be far. I'm sure they're the ones behind it.
What are we going to do about it?
You'll have to track him down, because I'm useless in this state.
All right, I'll find him. I can't carry you all the way home on my back. Where should I start?
I tied him up by that sickly tree over there. All that's left is the cut rope. I'd start over there. There must be some tracks. Once you track him down, hop on him and ride over. He's very nice. I'm sure he'll let you. Just watch out for those thieves. If you were to take care of them as well, I surely wouldn't mind.
I'm more interested in those thieves. Do you have any idea how many there are?
Definitely not many. Judging by the tracks, maybe 4.
Who are they? And where did they come from?
In wartime, fellas like that pop up like mushrooms after the rain. And all they want to do is prey on others. Don't overthink it too much. They're a bunch of fuckers, and nobody will miss them.
That's all I need to know. I'm on it. Rest up in the meantime.
Thanks, friend. And another thing. I had a hunting crossbow on the saddle. If you find that as well, keep it, for your trouble.
Somebody untied the horse and led him along the path. A hunting horn. I reckon the huntsman had it hanging on his saddle, and it fell off here. Oh, I'm on the right track. They kept going along the path. That's quite a pile. They must have gone this way. A saddlebag. They emptied it and threw it away. That must be the poacher's camp. I've got to be careful now.
Attack!
We could bring him to the nomads. Show your stuff!
I've been waiting for you.
Fucking hell!
Show your stuff!
I'm all yours! I'll beat you to a bloody pulp, fucker! Mercy! Leave me be!
We'll see if I let you go or not.
Let me go, please!
Give me everything you have, and I'll let you go.
All right, easy now. Just let me go and I'll give you everything. That's all I have. Now, let me go. Fuck this! I'm not getting myself killed!
Peak, let's go and see Vostatek. Whoa! I found Pepik. The bandits had him, just like you said.
You have no idea how glad I am to see you, lads. Thanks, Harold.
You're welcome. And my name's Henry.
Ah, whatever. What did you do with those horse sons?
They're dead. Down to the last one.
Serves them right. You're one hell of a fighter. You're a real tough fella. I mean, you stink, and your shoulders are pointy. But a tough fella nonetheless.
Enough already.
All right, then. Will you ride with us? Or will we meet back at my place? We've got a lot to celebrate.
I'll ride with you. We wouldn't want you falling off that horse along the way.
Henry, you found him. I knew something had happened.
It's all right, Zlata.
Vitek, come here. Pa's home. Thank God you're all right. What happened?
Ah, nothing much. Some wolves went after the carcass I had and chased me up a tree. Good thing Henry here showed up to save me.
Mother of God, that could have ended badly.
What is it, Ma? He's fine, just like I said he'd be.
Vitek, don't be rude.
He's right, though. I'm mostly fine.
Don't talk rot. What about your leg? Don't tell me a wolf bit you.
Nothing like that. I did that jumping down from the tree.
Are you sure there were even any wolves to begin with? You reek of booze. Again, he was drunk, wasn't he?
That's not how you should talk to your father, lad. Your father strikes me as an honest man, who cares about his loved ones, whether he drinks or not.
I'm not surprised. I reckon you're quite the drunkard yourself. Excuse me. I have some work to do.
Thanks for your kind words, Henry. Pay him no mind.
That's enough talk. Henry, we've got to reward you somehow. If you ever need a place to sleep, our door is always open.
That's right. And you deserve a big pile of groschen. You saved Peppy and even dealt with those poachers on top of it.
What poachers?
Oh, nothing, Slatter. Thanks, Henry. Here you are.
Happy to help.
Now, if you'll both excuse me, I've got to sleep it off.
Thank you, Henry. Truly. Stop by sometime.
Good day to you.
Greetings to you.
I'm looking for my dog.
What's that got to do with me? Everyone's looking for something.
You're a huntsman, so I figured you'd have some idea if there's a stray dog roaming around here. It's possible he might have joined a pack of wolves.
Now that you mention that wolf pack, I've got it in for them, and I'm not the only one. They've been wreaking havoc around Simine, chasing after game. It's driving old Lord Simine mad. But you're telling me an ordinary mutt joined up with them?
I'll have to go and verify it. Thanks.
Folks say they're always prowling up in the woods and rocks above the pond in the evenings. If you want to find them, try looking around there before dusk.
You're in for an ass kicking, you piece of shit!
A night like this couldn't have cost more than 10 groschen.
Quick! God! Whoa, whoa. ravaged deer. It looks as if they were dragging it somewhere and it snagged on something here. They were trying to drag this poor thing away somewhere. They can't be far from here. What? Mutt, come here. Good boy, good boy. Come here. Sick. Sick!
You little flea-ridden furball. Where have you been? What's that? Those wolves have turned you wild.
I'm glad nothing happened to you. I was worried about you. Seriously, There wasn't a moment I didn't think about you. Oh, come here, you cute little monster. I think that's enough. It's great to see each other again, but it's time to go. I agree. Said like a true knight. Here you go. Take it.
What's up? Tetumenga, you look just like...
What do you want?
I challenge you.
Good.
Shall we begin?
Let's begin. Useless!
So, do you think I have what it takes?
All right. You deserve to be taught the Master Strike. Here's a training sword so he won't get hurt.
Let's get to it.
The pinnacle of swordsmanship are so-called Master Strikes. You can only perform a technique like that with a sword, no matter if it's short or long, or if you're using a shield. What you do need is a blade and a guard that protects your hands. Master Strike is a technique that allows you to counter an opponent's attack with your own. A swordsman that can learn such a technique is undefeatable. Let me show you. Attack me from the right. Surprised? Now you try. Master Strikes are what elevates the swords above other weapons, and there is no defense against them. You've learned how to parry your opponent's attack with a properly timed block, but this time, you attack instead of blocking. Timing and direction are everything. Hit your opponent at the right time and from the right angle. I'll attack slowly from above. You take up position with your sword below and strike against my attack. But enough talk. Come and try it yourself. Not like that. You were supposed to counterattack from the opposite side when I started attacking. That's not it. You want to attack me too. Excellent. All right, let's try it once more. But this time, I'll attack from the side. Now pay attention. If I hold my sword to the left, put yours to the right. If I'm on the right, get ready on the left. Master Strike works only with an opposite strike. Otherwise, it's the same. You strike when I begin my attack. Ready?
Always.
Good. Again. That's the way. You're getting the hang of it. Now let's try it for real. I'll fight you normal, and you have to pay attention to which direction I'm attacking from. Then attack from the opposite side.
I understand. Let's start.
Not like that. You were supposed to counterattack from the opposite side when I started attacking. You're getting the hang of it. Again. Beautiful. Try it again. Excellent. That's enough. Here's a few more tips. If your opponent knows how to perform a Master Strike, don't give them an opportunity to use it. Try not to attack from the opposite side. Now for the most important part. You can use a Master Strike to defend against an opponent's riposte. After a perfect block, your positions are always set. Your opponent knocks your sword to the left, then attacks with a riposte to the right. Until that point, you could only defend yourself with a perfect block. Now you can surprise your opponent with a Master Strike that he hasn't a hope of blocking. Understand?
That's too much information at once.
All right. I'll try to summarize the most important parts. Try getting your opponent into a position in which you can use the Master Strike. Do your best to avoid being put in such a position yourself. Watch the position of your sword and use it to decide which technique to use. Better?
Well, we'll see.
Now, it's up to you to learn how to use the Master Strike in combat.
I'll do my best. Thanks, Tomcat. Why should I use a perfect block when I can do a Master Strike?
That depends. Sometimes it's good to exchange a few blocks and counterattacks, then unexpectedly finish with a Master Strike. Your opponent can't use a Master Strike if you don't attack from the opposite side. Try changing the position of your blade. Attack unpredictably. If your opponent uses a perfect block and his riposte is headed towards your blade, attack instead of defending, and you might win the fight.
What's better, the Master Strike or combos?
Combos are purely offensive techniques. They're strings of attacks to put your opponent in a position you want. Then you can finish them off with a stronger technique. But even your combo can be interrupted by an opponent's Master Strike. When your combo doesn't work out, your opponent interrupts it with a block and attacks. It doesn't mean the fight's over. Just use a perfect block. Or you can even use a Master Strike.
That's enough for me. I'd like to learn a new combat technique.
Why not? If you have a bit of time, I can teach you something. You probably know I prefer good old melee weapons, huh? And it's always better to use a shield for protection when using them. If you want, I can teach you a simple way to use the shield to attack.
Let's fight.
Come by another time. I've got better things to do right now.
Igen, köpés, és nem bírom tovább.
Mondom.
Néznek ránk, gyilkosok.
Greetings. Do you need something?
I need some advice.
You want some advice? Here's some. If you ever fight here again, I'll drag you out by the ear myself. Got that?
Me? I made an effort. It was Capon.
Aye, birds of a feather. Even in the pillory, you were like a pair of turtle doves together. Down to business. I don't have all day for you, so what do you want?
I promised Radovan the blacksmith I'd go and see Ambrose the Hermit in Apollonia.
My God, lad, stay away from them rocks. Ambrose the Hermit sold his soul to the devil and won't talk to nobody no more.
Yeah, I heard that as well. But it seems a bit far-fetched.
So why would an evil spirit suddenly start appearing near Apollonia? It's the devil's work, believe you me.
And has anyone sent to the castle for the priest?
Not at all. Bailiff Thrush is keeping it quiet so far. 4 strangers came here yesterday. They sat in the corner there, but once they heard about the apparition, they started to take a big interest.
What strangers?
They looked like monks, only they had daggers concealed under their robes. I saw them clearly. I'm telling you, there's something fishy going on around Ambrose.
I'd like to get hold of that broken sword of his.
You'd hazard your soul for a piece of iron? Fool. I'd think long and hard before doing anything if I was you. Because this reeks of hell.
I'm looking for Pavlena, the daughter of the herbwoman from Zhelyov. Do you know her?
Aye, I do. Pavlena still comes here from time to time, selling baskets, ointments and whatnot. I ain't seen her around in a while, though. Why are you looking for her?
She hasn't been home for a long time, so Bozhena sent me to look for her. When she left, she was heading here.
If I was you, I'd go and ask at the rat house. Or Yezhek the cooper. That old goat had his eye on her one time. Only she wouldn't have him if he was the last man alive. Can't say I blame her. That Yezhek's a drunken sot.
Do you think anyone would want to harm Pavlena?
Bozhena's not too popular here since that misfortune with Yakesh's wife, Ludmilla. But no one holds a grudge against Pavlena. She was only a young lass at the time.
What was that about a misfortune with Ludmilla?
That was way back. She was the midwife here. She'd give the women herbs and whatnot when they called for her. But then something happened when she was helping out at Yakesh's. His wife, Ludmilla, died, and a child was stillborn. A tragedy it was, and then Bozhena, she left.
Just like that?
Well, to tell the truth, we drove her out.
Oh? Why was that?
Better ask Yakesh if you want to know more. He's often by his son's grave. It's next to the farm.
What's this Yezhek like? And what do you mean about him having his eye on Pavlena?
He wanted to get married, and no sensible girl around here would have a drunkard like him, so he figured Pavlena might be an easier bet. He promised her a home in the village, but the girl wasn't so dumb as to fall for it. He's hardly got 2 groschen to rub together, and his house ain't no palace neither. All she'd have out of it is a heartache, and a bunch of brats as pig ugly as their old man.
And where might I find this Yezhek?
If he ain't boozing here at the tavern, he'll be on the way here or at home.
Thanks. And do you think this Yezhek might have done something to her? Like abduct her because she scorned him?
Nah, he ain't got it in him. He's all mouth, but he'd never raise his hand to a woman. And even if he did, Pavlena would probably give him a hiding. Just recently, he got a black eye from this skinny fella here. He's a weakling and a wretch. He wouldn't have a chance with Pavlena.
There's something else I need to know.
How do I get to the Hermit?
You're asking for trouble, lad. But all right, if you insist, you go through Apollonia along the path below the rocks till you reach the point where it crosses the stream. And from there, you take the path uphill to the left, leading into the rocks.
Aye, coming right up.
Like we should be living in fear for our women in our own village.
Right.
Lord,
Nobody's safe with that rubble around.
splashing their faces in will be too good for them.
Bastards.
Good man. Hold on.
Everything all right?
Do you have a moment?
What's going on?
Do you have any coin to spare?
Tell me, how come you're begging? What happened to you?
Allow me to disabuse you of your misconception. I am no beggar. I simply find myself in a bind compelling me to rely on the kindness of good people.
So, you're begging?
But I'm not a beggar.
Why are you asking for charity? Fancy an ale, eh? The amount you're looking for, it sounds like you plan on downing a whole keg.
That wouldn't go amiss, but really, I need the coin so I can travel to Vlashim.
That's quite a way.
I've always found it to be a day or two's ride.
But I don't see any horse.
I don't have one. That is true. I'll join a caravan, ride along, pay for my way, my provisions and such.
Begging, but not a beggar, and he needs money to get to Vlashim. Oh, I've come across a fair few beggars before, but none have ever said that to me.
Must be a coincidence?
In fact, you don't strike me as a commoner at all. Just the way you talk doesn't sit right with me. Allow me to disabuse you of your misconception. That's not something that just anybody would say.
Just an odd coincidence.
And there's the fact you know how long it takes to get to Vlashim. On horseback, and you've done the journey before. Nah, I'm not buying it. I'm not going to do you any harm. What could I possibly take from you? Eh? Who are you?
My name is Odolin von Wottitz. My father is Albert von Wottitz.
So you're a nobleman?
That I am.
What really happened?
I escaped from prison.
Why were you in prison?
I was a hostage. My father fell out with a couple of noblemen from the League of Lords. This rankled them, so they ambushed me one day as I was running errands for my father. Then everything happened so fast. They detained me and sent my father a message. If your son's life matters to you, you won't make any trouble. He had no choice but to do what they said. These are tough times, eh?
How did you escape?
Well, I gradually figured out who was guarding me and when. One of the guards used to come into my chamber and talk to me from time to time.
You had a chamber? No dungeon?
No. You don't keep a nobleman detained like a murderer, waiting for the news. I had a room where I was guarded.
All right. Carry on.
Well, I steadily worked on that guard. Once he was convinced I wasn't going to escape, he stopped being so attentive and I managed to pinch his key. Then I just snuck out that night, and that was it.
Sounds like you got pretty lucky.
Lucky or not, I had no wish to spend another moment in that chamber.
How long were you held?
A year? Perhaps a year and a half? Yes, that seems about right.
What are you going to do now?
My priority is to get back home to my family and discuss it with them. And I need to move fast before anything goes wrong.
I can spare you a few coins, It's a lot more than I normally give, I have to say.
Thank you so much. May the Lord repay your kindness.
Farewell. I hope you make it home safely.
Thanks.
Same to you.
You have a kind master, eh, doggy?
Greetings, innkeeper. I've come to apologize for the fight we caused. And also to ask if there is anything I can do to help.
Latch in the stable when the horse has bolted, lad.
How so? Did something happen?
I had a couple cumans come in here and get in a brawl with the locals. What the hell did I do that people fight in here all the time?
Did anyone get hurt?
Bah! They broke a couple of pictures and Vostatek took a punch in the gob, but nothing else. Go and see Vostatek if you want. Maybe he'll tell you more than I can.
What can I get for you?
There's something else I need to know. What do you know about this apparition?
Stanislav, the herds boy. He comes running into the village that night, all terrified, saying he'd seen a rider from hell in Apollonia. And the very next night, it appeared in the rocks below the road to Tahov. There's this conciliatory stone cross there. And the next day, it was at a funny angle. There's some devilry in it for sure.
And it was the herds boy who saw it by the cross, or someone else?
The apothecary's wife, Gerda. Ask her yourself. She's not been herself ever since, poor woman.
Where can I find the herds boy?
Stanislav has a sheep pen in the meadow beyond the Troskovitz graveyard, right above the big crossroads outside Apollonia.
Who's this hermit fella, anyway?
No one knows. He settled in the rocks a few years back. Folk used to go to him for various healing ointments or advice.
And what has he got to do with this apparition?
Well, he was at death's door recently, bedridden, and then suddenly he's got his health back. Just like that. And he's like a different man since then. He sends everyone who goes to see him packing. Mark my words. He sold his soul to the devil to get better. And the devil sometimes comes here on the prowl for unwary souls.
Where did these peculiar monks come from?
Hard to say, but they rode in on well-fed horses.
Monks on horseback? That's definitely odd.
Well, Bashka the Butcher says they came from the bishop about that diabolical apparition. In short, the Inquisition.
What do you want, you vagabond?
What happened to Ambrose the hermit?
He's at death's door with some ailment, and there's a peculiar talk about him. They say he made a pact with hell.
I hear Ambrose the hermit has some old sword.
Aye, a broken one. He used to have it hanging on the wall of his hut, but that was long ago.
I heard a shepherd saw an apparition in the rocks.
It's not wise to go there. There's a diabolical horseman haunting the place.
What do you know about the apparition at the cross?
It's all God's holy truth. Gerda from the apothecaries saw the devil there.
Have you seen a young girl selling baskets here? Her name is Pavlena.
I don't know no Pavlena. Sorry. I hope you find her soon. Take care.
That he's going back to Hungary. With his tail between his legs, where things aren't much better.
Good day to you.
I'd like to ask you about something.
No, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Go away, please.
As you wish. I want to know about the apparition you saw by the cross.
I don't know. I don't want to talk about it.
Easy now, Gerda. There's nothing to be afraid of. We'll get to the bottom of this mystery together.
Really? You're not going to laugh at me like all the others?
I believe you really did see something. But I want to know what it really was.
So, what do you want me to tell you?
Relax, Gerda. Have a think, and then tell me what happened with the apparition.
It was the day before yesterday. I was picking marshmallow roots above the rocks. It grows by the cross there, near the big dry tree not far from the road to Tachov. I didn't get home till after dark when I suddenly realized I didn't have my knife.
So you went back to the cross?
God have mercy. He hopped up right out of the ground in front of me. He was all in black and he was grinding his teeth. I started to scream. There was something glinting in the dark and this clanking sound and I just turned and scarpered.
That's all?
At one point I turned around and I saw a dark shadow darting across the field. Proper flying along it was like the devil and heading straight to Apollonia.
What's this place where you saw the apparition?
It's a conciliatory cross, erected in the memory of some innocent's death. They say some years ago, a young fella killed himself on account of an unhappy love affair. He jumped from a cliff.
And the day after you saw the apparition, the cross was at an angle?
Aye, all askew. Everyone here saw it. I didn't go back. I can't.
Have you seen a young girl selling baskets here? Her name is Pavlena.
Young Pavlena. A lovely girl she is. Brings us herbs from the forest sometimes. Try asking the woodcutters here in the village. She's been spending a lot of time with Roman. Young sweethearts. I'm happy for them.
Don't worry, Gerda. Nobody's going to make fun of you anymore. I'll find out what it was all about and what you really saw there.
What do you think happened?
If the devil's at large here, someone summoned him and should be punished for it. But you needn't fear. Everything will get cleared up soon.
Thank you. By all the saints, thank you. But please, come and tell me how it turned out. I'll make it worth your while.
Gerda really did see something. That cross hides a secret. Quick! Quick! Go! God! I'll need to get a spade first. I can't do this without a spade. Ah!
You silly doggy.
Show me your wares.
Das war ein gutes Geschäft. Auf Wiedersehen.
I'm searching for Pavlena from Zhelyov. She comes here selling baskets. Do you know anything about her?
That herb woman Božena's daughter. I don't know nothing about her, and I don't want to know. They ain't welcome here.
Whoa, whoa. Here you go. Take it. Aye, come here. Fresh soil. Someone was digging here recently. It doesn't look like an apparition, Gerda. He didn't take either the coin or the books. So it wasn't a thief. It must be something else he was after.
Did you hear about what happened at the Big Mill? Yeah, the place by the Sherovka stream.
What then? Has the water sprite been up to his mischief again?
Stop a while, my good man.
God be with you. Whoa, whoa.
Good day to you.
I hear you saw some diabolical apparition. Is that true?
Was it the bailiff who sent you? Or old Croper?
No. I want to go to Apollonia to see Ambrose, the Hermit. I've heard talk he's somehow linked to that apparition. So I need to know what you saw that night.
Why do you want to know? Forget that shit, pal. It reeks of fire and brimstone.
Look, mate, I'll gladly give you a few groschen, but spit it out now. Here you are.
What did you want to know?
What exactly did you see that night at the crossroads?
A diabolical apparition. A black rider on a black horse flew into Apollonia. His eyes glowed, and his horse was black as charcoal. He turned this way and that a couple of times at the crossroads, and then darted off into the rocks. To the Hermit's place, I'm sure.
He turned this way and that? That's strange. Would the devil not know the way?
I'm telling the truth. Gerda from the apothecary saw him too.
But the Hermit helps people though, doesn't he?
Aye, he did. Only now they're saying he was at death's door and sold his soul to the devil. And that was the horseman.
Why? Why would the old man have sold his soul to the devil and then kept living as a pauper in his hut?
Who knows what's going on in them rocks? Some devilish trickery for sure. Farewell, my friend.
That herdsboy really did see something. And the trail leads into the rocks.
Quick! Go! Ka! Ka! Go!
Oh, go! A beautiful horse. Black as charcoal. The herdsboy wasn't lying. And you don't smell of brimstone. You're just an ordinary horse. Someone really did come to see the Hermit. But it wasn't the devil.
Quick!
Oh,
you doing here? Stop pestering me and get out!
I came about that sword of yours. I'd like to buy it from you.
I'll keep my sword, thanks very much. It's a fine piece.
Right. Long since broken and unused. I wouldn't hum and haw too long if I were you. Radovan the blacksmith will give you a good price for it.
Oh, right. You mean that sword? I don't have it.
Judging by what I've heard about you, you're a bit fishy, Hermit.
What do you mean?
Well, there's a lot of talk about you in the village. They say you've made a pact with the devil, and are summoning demons from hell.
Old wives' tales. What do I care about such nonsense?
Well, but supposing it isn't nonsense?
Of course it is.
A few nights ago, a herdsboy saw a black horseman ride into Apollonia. He thought it was an apparition, but I think a demon would have known the road to Apollonia and wouldn't have spun round and round at the crossroads like a top.
Why are you telling me this?
Because I found a black horse stabled in a pen here. In the woods below the rocks. A well-fed, healthy horse. Black as charcoal. The man who rode on it wasn't an apparition. Or the devil.
Why are you telling me all this? For God's sake! Stop this nonsense right now.
The apparition was seen by the conciliatory cross at night.
Old wives' tales.
I went to take a look, and it really is askew. But it wasn't magic that Hellspawn was wielding. It was a shovel. There was a hiding place beneath the cross. And the man digging there at night didn't have time to put the cross back in the right position.
By all the saints! So someone was digging there. What has that to do with me?
There was a brand new cloak of the Knights of the Cross in the hiding place. It's clear that the man doing the digging hid it there. Maybe to cover up who he really is. And what he's planning.
I still don't know what you want from me. What have I got to do with some cloak?
The man who took things from the hiding place can't have been some chance thief. Because he left a purse full of coin there.
So keep the groschen, lad. And stop pestering me. It's nothing to do with me.
I found some pretty interesting documents of the Order.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I reckon you do, Ambrose. According to one of the documents, you were appointed Seneschal of the Knights of the Cross with the Red Star. Or are you going to tell me it was some other Ambrose?
I'm not going to tell you anything. I don't know anything about any documents.
That's enough. I think there are enough fishy things going on around you for me to tell the bailiff. But you're in luck. All I'm after is that broken sword. So, come clean.
You're wide of the mark. But in the end, maybe you could help me.
What do you want help with, Ambrose?
I'm not Ambrose. He died some time ago. I am Conrad, Knight of the Cross with the Red Star.
What are you doing in the Hermit's hut, then?
In Prague, I got into a serious dispute. Ambrose was the only person who could help me. That's why I came to see him.
I'm guessing that the diabolical horseman scaring people round these parts was you.
That was not my intention, believe me.
Ambrose is dead, you say? How did it happen?
He was an old man. Unfortunately, he was already at death's door when I found him.
And you had nothing to do with his death?
Of course not! Ambrose was my friend. I'd known him for 20 years. He was a good member of the Order, and an outstanding teacher.
Ambrose was a member of your order?
More than a member. He was the Seneschal, second in rank only to the Grand Master. He served the Order for many years before getting into a dispute with the Prague chapter and the Inquisition. Then he had to disappear. I was the only one to know where to look for him. But I came too late. All he managed to tell me was his last wish.
You scared the life out of Gerda from Troskovitz that night. What were you doing there?
Ambrose had a hiding place beneath the cross where he kept things from his past.
I found some documents there from the Knights of the Cross. But Ambrose clearly wasn't interested in them. So what did he send you to get?
He sensed that death was coming for him. He wanted me to help settle his affairs. And he also longed to hold his old sword in his hands one last time. I went to his hiding place that very night. But by the time I got back, Ambrose was dead. I put the blade on his grave, in place of a cross.
So the sword is on Ambrose's grave? Will you tell me where I can find it?
You want to disturb his rest?
I just want the sword, that's all. It's no use to him now.
All right. I'll tell you where his grave is, if you fulfill Ambrose's last wish instead of me. I can't do it.
All right. What am I supposed to do?
Listen carefully, then. There's an old widow called Margaret living in the village. Take this cross to her, and say to her exactly these words. Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what is rightfully his.
Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what is rightfully his.
That's right.
I hope she'll know what this is about.
Don't worry, she will. Give her the cross, and I'll tell you where you can find the sword. Benedictio Domini sit tecum.
Praise the Lord.
What are you doing, you whistler?
Go! Go! Quick!
Whoa!
Greetings to you.
Take care and good night.
Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Jesus Christ be praised.
This might seem strange, but I'm supposed to give you this.
A cross? Mother of God, what's the meaning of this?
Margaret, Ambrose forgives you, but his brother must get what he deserves.
Ambrose? The Hermit?
It was his wish that I give you the cross and the message. He said you'd know what it's about.
Oh my God! By all that's holy, it couldn't possibly be him. All those years, I'd lost hope. I never forgave myself. I committed a mortal sin.
Well, I don't know what you did. But this is supposed to be your absolution.
No, there's no absolution. Not yet. You said it yourself. Not until Ambrose's brother gets what he deserves. The bones. They still lie there outside the wall. Help me. His soul must find peace.
All right. I'll help you. But you'll have to tell me more.
Thank you, lad. Thank you. I'll tell you everything. It's a curse. I've never told anyone about it. And it's a good thing you caught me here. At the graveyard.
What does the graveyard have to do with absolution?
Hold on. Not so fast. I'll tell you everything. First, tell me... Are you afraid of the dead?
It's the living I'm more afraid of than the dead.
One should fear the dead. But in the end, it's probably a good thing that you have no fear. You see, One poor soul is waiting for redemption. For years and years.
Ah, I get it now. Ambrose's brother has to get what he deserves. This is about the soul of Ambrose's brother.
His name was Jan. He lies outside the graveyard wall, buried without rites. He's been there for 30 years.
Why doesn't he have a proper grave?
Because suicides can't enter the kingdom of heaven. They have to be buried outside the walls, like the unclean. The worst thing about it is that Jan didn't kill himself. He didn't deserve such a dishonourable burial, and it's my fault. I said nothing.
What happened to him?
The memories are painful. We were childhood friends, and Jan loved me. Only I chose his friend Vostatek over him. He couldn't get over the rejection. So he lay in wait for Vostatek one evening.
And Vostatek killed him?
It was an accident. They quarrelled. Jan drew his sword first, and Vostatek had to defend himself. Apparently, they got close to the cliff edge while they were fighting, and Jan fell. When they found his body at the bottom of the cliff, people thought he'd killed himself. The only one who didn't believe it was Jan's brother.
Did you see it? Were you there?
No, but I believed my Vostatek. He would never have lied to me. It pained him till the day he died, and he lived in fear of Jan's brother creeping up behind him one day and taking his revenge. In the end, that fear ate him up from inside.
Why didn't Ambrose avenge his brother Jan's death? He must have realised that you two were involved in it.
He went away to Prague and joined an order of knights. He didn't want revenge, most likely. He let us live in peace.
But then he came back and became a hermit in Apollonia. It never occurred to you that it was him?
No. His name was Adam before, but he changed it to Ambrose. Besides, he got old. And I don't go to the cliffs much.
Ah, the conciliatory cross where they saw the apparition. That's to commemorate Jan.
His brother Ambrose had it built there. And those diabolical apparitions. It's my fault for saying nothing. God is punishing me for my sins.
Nonsense. God wouldn't use a diabolical apparition to scare you, would he? And what's more, Ambrose forgave you, didn't he?
Only on the condition that Jan's bones will be laid to rest in consecrated ground. Help me lay him to rest in a proper grave, please.
But without telling the priest and gravedigger. Isn't that sacrilege?
That's the only way we can put right a terrible mistake. Jan didn't kill himself.
All right. We'll give him a proper burial. Jan's soul has the right to eternal rest.
Thank you. The Lord will pay you back 100-fold. There's a rose bush outside the graveyard wall. You'll find his bones beneath it. Please bury him beside my Vostatek. Here, beneath the pine tree. In that way they'll be reconciled, at least in death. Then place Ambrose's cross on his grave to bless their reconciliation.
Have you seen a young girl here? Her name is Pavlena. She wears a headscarf and sells baskets.
Young girls don't stop for a chat with me. And why should they? I'm an old crone all alone in the world. Take care now.
Quick!
God!
Whoa!
Your journey ends here, Jan. I don't know what you have in your conscience. But rest in peace. I don't know much about prayer in these situations, but... Our Father, there are many sinners in this world, but in the end, we all face your judgment. For what we should have done, but lacked the courage to do. So forgive me this little sacrilege. You know better than anyone that it was the right thing to do. Thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven, and deliver us from evil. Amen.
God! Go! God!
Roman!
Ambrose's brother Jan got what he deserved. Just as the Hermit wanted.
I saw that. May his soul find peace at last.
And yours too, Margaret.
30 years. I thought about it every day.
It's all right now. You did the right thing. Everything else is beyond the law of man.
I'd like to reward you somehow.
I expect you wouldn't want anyone to hear about all this, right?
Well, if you... Will you keep it to yourself?
I don't want anything. And I won't tell anyone.
Thank you. My nephew is a tailor and he knows a thing or two about alchemy. If you ever need anything from him, I'll put in a word for you. God be with you, Henry. Take care and have a pleasant evening.
Hey, Roman!
God!
Whoa, what have we here? Hey!
Now! Now you're gonna get it!
Sick!
I'm all yours! Now that's what I call an opener! Fuck me!
Show what you're made of!
Go fuck yourself!
Whoa! My God, where is that dog? Mutt! Oh, he's run off again, the little beast. Mutt! Where have you got to now? Quick! Go! Die! Ka! Whoa! Whoa!
Hey, fella! Listen! We need help!
What happened?
We are Knights of the Cross with the Red Star. Good brothers in Christ. I'll explain everything, but there's no time now. We have to act fast. Our brother Klesgen is dying. The crazy fool shot him. Help us.
All right. We'll have a quiet talk. What happened?
If you're going to see the Hermit, be warned. The man in the hut is just pretending to be the Hermit. His name is Conrad, and he's a fraud and a murderer. The Inquisition paid him to murder our Grandmaster Zdeněk in Prague. Fortunately, God did not let him carry out the crime. But 2 of our brothers were killed by Conrad when they tried to detain him.
And I see a third one will soon join them.
He was just about to flee from here as well. We took him by surprise, but he had time to grab that damned crossbow and shoot Klesgen. By the Virgin Mary, help us. We have to catch him.
You're a knight of an order?
Yes. I am Brother Arnold, a Knight of the Cross with the Red Star. And these are Brothers Sibald and Nicholas. You are too late to make the acquaintance of Brother Klesgen, I'm afraid. We take care of the sick in infirmaries throughout the land. But we can't help our brother. You have to help us, while there's still time.
Did Conrad really want to flee?
Yes. We stopped him at the last moment. He almost got away. But we surrounded him.
Why should I get mixed up in it?
I'll pay you. We just need to distract Conrad's attention. That's all. Otherwise, we won't have a chance against his crossbow in that gorge.
That swine tried to deceive me. He mustn't get away.
God, thank you. Try to get close unseen, and set fire to the haystack on the right-hand side of the yard. Then his crossbow will be useless. But do it quickly, before he gets away.
Salva Regina, mata misericordia. Ita, docedo es spes nostra, salva, Ave Maria. Gratia plena, Dominus tecum, benedicta tu in mulieribus, et benedictus fructus ventris tui.
Hey! Stop right there! Halt, or I'll shoot.
Wait, Conrad! It's me, Henry!
Don't move a muscle, I mean it!
I don't know what's going on here. I just want to talk with you in peace.
I understand, but there's no time for talk now.
They sent me after you, but I'm not your enemy.
I don't believe you. I don't believe anyone anymore. I don't want to kill you. Go away.
I can help you. Let's talk.
All right. But make it quick. And no sudden movements. Agnosco fortunam. Cartaginas. What do you want?
You wanted to run off and break our agreement.
And what is it you want to hear from me?
Why do they want to kill you?
Why? They want to silence me. I had proof of our Grandmaster's Denyek's treachery. But they are blind. They refuse to believe me.
What about the murders? Did you really kill 2 brothers of the Order?
I had to defend myself. I'd be dead if I hadn't killed them.
Where can I find Ambrose's broken sword?
It's not far. At the edge of the meadow up there are 2 entangled birch trees. There's a grave beneath them, and the sword is on the grave.
That's all I need to know.
There's no time to go into it. Sorry, young man. You got mixed up in a game of high stakes, and there's no way back.
In that case, we'll play that game out together. Just let them come.
Thank you, friend. Benedictio Domini sit tecum. Oh no! Do you hear me? The Inquisition tricked you!
Heal!
Kiss your ass goodbye.
Ha! Oh! You're white!
What the fuck was that?
Bloody pulp, fucker!
What the?
Please again before I got you! Nice blow! Light them up!
What the fuck was that?
Nice blow! Ow! Nice blow!
No chance! No, fuck!
Nice blow!
Take that fucker out, damn it!
At him!
He's gonna shoot!
Mutt!
Mutt! Kill him!
Come on then! I'll beat you to a bloody pulp!
Nice blow! Put him on nicely! You kick the bucket, you shit! I don't have the whole day for you.
You're
Smash your
dead!
face! Blood, yeah! Smash him on the head!
Well, well. I can't believe this is just lying around. The lads will never believe me.
Damn it! What was that all about?
I think I owe you an explanation.
Yeah, you're right. Let's hear it then.
And what is it you want to hear from me?
Why were they trying to kill you?
I had proof that our Grand Master Zdenek had betrayed the Order and was conspiring with the Prague chapter. But it was turned against me. Damned Inquisition. First they chased out Ambrose, and now me.
That's all I need to know.
And that's an end to it. This is in return for your silence.
Thank you, but no. On the run, you'll need the money more than me.
Look what I have for you.
Good boy. Good boy.
Where's the Hermit's grave? It ought to be somewhere around here. There's nothing more here. Sorry, Ambrose. Rest in peace. Now that's what I call steel. It may be broken, but there's hardly a trace of rust. Sick! Sick!
Mother of God, that was terrifying. If it wasn't for you, they'd have torn me to pieces. Thank you, lad.
It was nothing, really. The main thing is you're safe and sound.
Nothing, you say? No. I have to repay you for your bravery. Here, for you, so that you don't forget me, and thank you again.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll... Careful!
You fuck. Greetings. What do you need?
So I'm back, Master Blacksmith.
Excellent. How did it go with the Hermit?
He's dead.
What? Did you?
No, not me. It just got a bit complicated. Anyway, it turns out old Ambrose really used to be a knight. And this really is Toledo steel. You were right, Blacksmith.
God's nails. That's quite something.
First class, welded steel. Ambrose must have broken the sword himself, deliberately. It wouldn't have just happened in battle.
That's exactly what we need. See now, youngster. My clever plan worked out nicely in the end.
Right. Well, thank you very much for your, clever plan.
You haven't disappointed me yet, lad. So I'm sure forging an exceptional sword won't be a problem for you either.
Wait, I thought you wanted to do it yourself. I'm just your assistant, after all.
Not at all. I trust you. One day you'll become a master. That is, unless you lose your head first.
Good day.
Good day to you.
What do you want, you yokel? Speak up or get lost.
Would you repair a few things for me?
Shavings. Great. I'm glad you found what you were looking for. Take care. And what if you lent me the bullet on the Lord's
I have to move it. Well, I've got half finished.
Good doggy, good boy.
Ah, damn it. I'm burning it.
Christ, what a...
This'll be done in no time. That looks good. Now just to temper it.
What would you like?
I've got something for you, blacksmith.
God's nails, you weren't bullshitting.
I'd say it looks pretty much like a sword, eh?
Looks like. This is a damned fine piece of steel. Damned fine.
Thanks. I was glad to help, but now there's something I need from you.
I'll pay you, of course. And if you want to do some smithing, I won't throw you out of my forge either.
No, you know full well what I need. I have to get to Samin's wedding.
Why is it so important for you? It'll just be a lot of people stuffing their faces. You can find that anywhere.
I have my reasons, and you don't need to know them.
God's nails, lad. You're full of mysteries. But whatever, that's your business. I don't mind taking you to the wedding. Nothing to it. We can set off once you're ready. Why are you wasting my time, excuse me?